everyone around her. Mary's smile and other facial expressions were as telling as a Broadway actress's. I always loved the way she reacted upon me telling perhaps an off-color joke to her liking. At first, it was as if she didn't want to let on that she liked it. She would tilt her head down at an angle, looking to the top of her glasses, and with a frown, she'd say in a low guttural voice, "That's really, really bad, Warren." But then she'd suddenly burst out in spontaneous laughter, so that would tell me that her funny bone had been truly tickled. So she had a wonderful laugh, and that's one of the things I'll definitely always remember about her. Mary was especially fond of Sven and Ole and Lena jokes, and if you're not from up in Minnesota, she grew up in that area, so she really, learned to appreciate them, and I thought in honor of her and her sense of humor, I'd share with you a few of these, and you can cut me off any time. I don't want to run late, But I did print out some of the ones I thought were pretty funny, and I hope I'm not, saying the wrong ones or not. But here it goes. First of all, I should tell you, Sven and Ole jokes are popular. This is got from the internet, so in the upper Midwest, especially Minnesota and other regions settled by Scandinavians. There are a couple of brothers who live next door to each other on a farm. They aren't too bright. If you are Swedish, Sven and Ole are Norwegian. And if you are Norwegian, well, then they are Swedish, don't you know? This first one is called The Piano. Sven's down at the feed store and runs across to Ole. Sven says, "Ole, good to see you. How you been?" "Fine." "What about your wife? I haven't seen her in a while. How's she doing, Ole?" Ole answers, "Fine." Sven says, "I heard you bought her a piano, didn't you? That must be real fine. How'd she like it?" Ole says, "Fine. But I sold the piano, bought a clarinet." "Clarinet? Why would you buy her a clarinet instead of a piano?" Ole glares at Sven a bit and says, "Because with a clarinet you can't sing." This one's called The Roof. It's called Sven and Ole are up fixing the roof one day, and Sven picks up a nail, looks at it, and throws it away. He picks up the next one, looks at it, and hammers it into the roof. The next one, he hammers it into the roof. The next one, he throws it away. Ole says, "Sven, why do you throw away half the nails?" And Ole, "Don't you see," Sven says, "they have the point on the wrong end." Ole says, "Sven, don't you be such a dummy. Those are for the other side of the roof." So Sven says to Ole one day, he says out there, he says, "Ole, stand in front of my car and tell me if the turn signals are working." So Ole gets out there. "Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no." Sven was just pulling his boat on the shore when Ole wandered up with a puzzlement on his face. He says, "Sven, what you been doing?" He says, "I have been fishing, Ole. What you think I've been doing with these here rods?" Ole says, Did you catch anything?" Sven under his breath says, "Dumb sweet. Of course I caught something. Sven always catches something when he goes fishing." Ole says, "Well, if I guess how many you catch, will you give me one of them?" Sven says, "If you guess how many I catch, I'll give you both of them." Ole says, "I guess 3. Sven says, "That ain't bad for a Swede. You only missed it by 2. This one's called The Mule. It says, Sven and Ole buy a mule, so they get it home and they can't get it into the barn. It just won't go. So Sven says, "I know just the problem. He won't fit through the door. His ears are too long." Ole says, "Sven is right." Thinks a bit and he says, "I know what we can do. We should raise the barn by a foot so he'll fit." Sven says, "Wouldn't it be easier to dig a ditch for him to walk in?" Ole says, "Sven, don't be such a dummy. It's his ears that are too long, not his legs." This one's good. Cut it out.
You're going to sing a song for us?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Lauren.
I have one song where I'll sing. It's called Go Rest High on That Mountain. I know your life on earth was trouble. Only you know the pain. Weren't afraid to face the devil. You're no stranger to the rain. Go rest high on that mountain. So girl, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a-shouting up for the Father and the Son. Oh, how we cried the day you left us, gathered round your great grief. Wish I could see the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. Go rest high on that mountain. Girl, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven shouting up for the Father and Son. Go rest high on that mountain. Girl, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven, shout to love for the Father and the Son. Go to heaven shouting, love for the Father and the Son.
Beautiful, Warren. Hey, Mike.